Hello, my name is Yuri Kostovetsky,
And I'm Tom Belen.
and this is our Perfecta Flip story. My name is Yuri. I came to the States in 1989 from Ukraine with my sister and my father. I was an acrobat growing up. I competed in the U.S. I was on the U.S. national team. I went to World Championships in 2000, World Games in 2001. After that, I retired. I've been coaching alongside my father since. I have an amazing 4-year-old, and he's my life. And now we have this beautiful, gorgeous gym that's been my father's dream that we just opened, and that's what we do.
How old is your boy?
He is 4. He's going to be 5 in August.
What's his name?
Giuliano.
Giuliano.
Yep.
So pretty, so pretty.
I'm Tom. Yuri and I started Perfecta Flip going on, I guess, 5-6 years ago now, something like that. My background, I started in gymnastics, and then I transitioned into cheer. I cheered high school, all-star, college, for the Baltimore Ravens for 3 years, and kind of have been coaching since I was about 15. And due to this whole current world situation, my career changed, or I've had a career change, and now I work a nice 8 to 4 day job and coach on the side versus coaching being my full-time job. But you know, I've been in the industry, the cheer industry, for going on 20 plus years now.
I think it's over the years just passion for kids. I grew up in the gym. That's all I ever known, right? My father in Russia, he had a big gym, and I was born there. I crawled there, so I was always in the gym. I was always around kids. So as I grew up, that passion just got bigger and bigger, and I realized very quickly what I wanted to do with my life, right? There's not a single instant that I can recall that made me want to do this. I think it's just years of being here. I mean, this is where I belong, right? Like, I love the environment. You know, it's just, I love kids, honestly. So being around them just keeps you young. Like, my dad is 72, and he's in the gym 7 days a week, and he doesn't know anything else. So just, I mean, I think you can relate. Just love for the kids and make a difference.
And for me, it was, I got into it because I loved doing it, and then I was asked at a young age to help out as an assistant coach in gymnastics. And so at the age of 15, I started coaching little kids gymnastics, and then kind of went through and did all levels of gymnastics as I got older. And then when I got into cheer myself, I didn't do as much gymnastics coaching. I was primarily doing cheer coaching for both tumbling and stunting. Back in the day, I used to do choreography. To this day, I still do music for the industry, for high schools, all-star, you know. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy teaching, and so going from being able to take my experience and my knowledge, learning from some of the best coaches in the industry growing up, and then be able to pass that down to the next generation, and hopefully some of them would then pass it down to the next generation, has been a very good thing.
We had another partner. My brother was in the very beginning part of our team, and to some extent he's still part of the team. But him and Tom were talking, and I remember I had a falling out with my father, so I came to Tom's gym to coach for a couple of years. And they were telling me this idea, and I was like, why aren't we doing anything with it? Like, I mean, right? I think I was the one that was going to be like, because they had the idea. Like, in the beginning, I take no credit.
Okay.
The chin block was our first product. I had nothing to do with it.
The chin block,
except, I was like, why aren't we doing this? You know, we quickly, all three of us came from a tumbling, sports, proper technique background. And we quickly realized what was lacking in the industry, right? There was a need for something that's not a gimmick product that actually worked and helped kids, right? There are a lot of products out there, but very few of them actually truly work, right? So they had this amazing idea, and I was like, let's do it. You know, I mean, let's do it. You know, they're the brains, and I had to make it happen, right? And then we just kind of went from there. But there's definitely a need in the industry, because coming from a power tumbling background, I got into cheer, and I was watching my first competition, and I'm like, what are they doing? And these kids are like, I mean, there's no reason to run half the floor to run a back handspring. Like, what are you guys doing? With your feet apart and head throwing and undercutting and whipping? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, really, at the end of the day, it came to how can we get kids to understand technique and value technique and create products that would allow them to have instant feedback, to be extremely safe, that where they can actually take the product and in a lot of cases not even need a coach, because chin block, perfect example, if you're using it and all of a sudden it falls out or it's hanging from the strap and it's no longer in your chin, well, you don't need a coach to tell you at that point that you didn't keep your head neutral or threw your head back. That can actually help both the athlete and the coach, because you have a kid, okay, you've got an issue with your head coming out and not maintaining a good neutral position. So here, take a chin block, go up on the trampoline, and do X number of back handsprings until you can do 10 in a row without it coming out. So it's almost like having a personal coach with you at all times. And one big thing kind of industry-wide is that lack of necessarily focus on good technique, correct technique, consistent technique. And it's kind of a common thing with kids. It's, they want to move fast, they want to get on to the next thing, move up to the next level, and nothing wrong with that, but let's make sure that we're doing it as correctly and safely as possible.
There's so many injuries in cheer. I mean, let's face it. I mean, you have 8, 9-year-olds with torn ACLs, and I mean that's terrible. Like, from the sports acrobatics background that I came from, that wasn't happening, right? So this whole
kill
rush,
their career at a very young age,
and it's
when
because
they get injured.
yeah, and skills are rushed. A lot of coaches are, I mean, look, we have a lot of amazing coaches in our industry, but there are a lot of them also who don't understand the fundamentals, and don't understand how important proper progression is, and that's why injuries and mental blocks are so prominent. Where in acrobatics, where I came from, we weren't seeing them many. Like, sure, there's a mental block here and there, but those are on skills that are like cheerleaders are not even doing. I mean, those are like crazy skills, right? So we just saw a need for this, and we needed to run with it, and that's how we went to our ankle magic second product and armbands, because those are the 3 biggest areas that we felt needed corrections. Your feet, your arms, and your head, right?
Feet, arms, and head.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big.